Let's have a look at the teenage yous. I asked you to bring pictures in. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Looking at those, I'm going to try and sort of guess what you were like in school. Richard, I think you look like a good boy.
No, I was always getting into trouble. I got the cane, right, for throwing a paper dart in the English class. The English teacher had her back to me, and I was making a paper dart, and I just threw it...
Like a paper aeroplane, kind of.
Paper aeroplane, yeah, paper aeroplane. And I just kind of threw it to a friend of mine as she turned round, typical, of course. She saw what I did. She said, sit there. And she went out, and she came back with the punishment master. We had a punishment master.
That all he did?
He was knocking her off. We all knew that. No! It was all a bit kinky. And they led me to the punishment room, which was a small cubicle, not that big, just next to the headmaster's office. I had to sign the punishment register. They signed it. Then I bent over, and I'm so tempted to name him. This teacher took a proper birch cane, right, out of a cupboard, and I got with her watching as the witness. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And I got 2 strokes. And it was
only
delivered.
2?
Not that I'm 2 for throwing a paper
worth
dart.
going for that.
Not that I'm bitter, but the pain was excruciating, and the wheels on my buttocks were still there 9 months later. I
thought you were going to say this morning.
Either the headmaster or the deputy headmaster would do the caning. But the headmaster was like 70. Oh. And the deputy was like 30. So depending who you got, it was either a disaster or you just skipped away.
This punishment master, he had a separate cane, which he used to use illicitly in his classes, which he shouldn't have done. And it was a violin bow without the stuff on it, just
without the nice soft bit.
Without the nice soft bit, exactly. And he used to keep it in a long box on tissue, and he called it Toby. He gave a nickname to the cane.
Wow.
Very different times.
Do you think he took Toby home?
That's when he put the strings back in. Daliso, so did you get into trouble?
What's interesting is I was very bookish. So I obeyed all the rules. I didn't get any trouble with the teachers, but with other students, yes.
What happened?
I was bullied by Nelson Mandela's grandson, right?
No!
It was so bizarre.
I shouldn't clap bullying, but...
He was such a dick. Like, he would bully all of us, and of course, the school was so proud he was a student. They never punished him at all. It was...
Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah.
How did you punish Nelson Mandela's grandson?
You can't put him in detention.
Do you know who
what
I
you gonna do?
Rosie, were you... No, I mean... I'm going to go you a bit of a handful.
Well, the thing was, I was a chatter, but I was disabled, so I got away with shit. It was incredible. I would not be working. I'd be chatting to my mates, and the teacher would be like, Rosie, what are you doing? And I'd say, oh, I'm just talking about my cerebral palsy. And they'd be like, yeah, okay, well done.
Genius.
I have to decide now who was the most embarrassing, or at least who was the worst behaved. And I mean, to be honest, you had me with the picture, really. But, Rosie, for that, you are definitely going in the box.